apologise about that. My internet, well, not my internet, my, let's just say, my application died on me. That's what happened. Great game this is. But we're back with the action. Morris, same thing with Morris, his thing had an error. But looks like we've just made it to lap 3. So that's all we can see right now. We have made it to lap 3. So we missed a couple of laps in this race, so I do apologise. But looks like we're racing. So we look like F1 Dobby, who's leading this race so far. Leclerc is in 2nd. Clarkie's in 3rd. Lost Souls in 4th. Warbeek's got a very good start into 5th. We got Raptis in 6th place. Again, I do apologise for what happened. My application died. Literally completely went dead on me. Because when I was doing the loading screen, it said error on my application, and then, of course, the rest was history. So, but no matter, we keep going. We keep soldiering on. This is GP1, of course, so this is a restarted stream, so we'll have to see how that works out. But we got Raptis on the back of Warbeek right now. Let's see how he works this one out. Leclerc, at the moment, you can see he's got the fastest lap. I don't think he has, but I believe he has. Raptis right now all over the back of Warbeek's car. Warbeek, it looks like he got a very good start. Going up to 5th place at the moment on those medium tyres. So let's see how Raptis can attack him. Raptis trying his best. We've got the fight for the lead. And that is Dobby and GFO Leclerc. GFO Leclerc harassing that Williams car for Dobby, who's gone to a flying start in this season, don't forget. And Leclerc giving Dobby a bit of a hard time. Of course, he's softer and just want to pick up the pace a bit. Morris' pace is here, which is good to see. I'll send him an invite.
Sorry about that, everyone. As the game crashed, my screen was frozen, and I had to restart my PlayStation by literally taking.
No, literally, I'm not joking, gents. Our games just died on us. Not joking. So, Leclerc on the back of Dobby, 3/10 behind him now, giving a good run for his money. Warbeek's in 5th on those medium tyres. Is going to play a big part, and Jensen as well in 8th place at the moment on those hard tyres. That's going to play beneficial in the race as well. So let's see how GFO Leclerc can deal with F1 Dobby. 4/10 behind him now. Let's see how he goes. Closing. This is the battle for the lead. Goes down towards the inside, on the outside, gets the move done before he even reaches the corner, and he'll take the 1st place position as Leclerc now streaks away in the Red Bull as Chris, our reigning world champion, has overtaken Jensen for 8th place, and Melema on the back of its Nazareth. And look at this, now going down the inside towards turn 4 as Melema takes over Nazareth side by side, almost touching wheels, but looks like the move has been placed for Melema. And Melema will get into, a bit more contact as Nazareth's trying to dive down the inside. He's got a little bit squirreling on the exit, but Melema gets into 10th place after a very close fought battle there. Good stuff there from the two of them. And it's now Beast Hatters on the back of the Williams car, giving him an all sorts of bother. Can he get the move done? No, the straight. He's gone for the move anyway. Big lunge from Beast Hass. Beast Hass trying to get past him. Morris Pace has finally joined us, and it's best contact as Nazareth lags, I believe, and resets himself on track. That will be investigated by the stewards. But no matter, we're going to keep going as let's have a look at any more close fights as Samad is on the back of Joey for the battle for 13th place. Let's go back to the leaders. Actually, the leaders are going close to each other as Leclerc gets a little bit under pressure for Dobby. Lost Souls is watching this fight with eagle intent. Can you see everything, Morris?
I can see everything now.
That's good to see. And I thought Joey on the fight in a fight with Axel BGN. This is a good start for the medium hard runners, by the way, Morris. Really good start for them when it comes to strategy.
Well, yeah, looking at Warbeck here, he's already up to P5, starts on those mediums, so it'd be interesting to see how if he can actually maybe overtake some of these guys, because their tyres at this point in the race are going to be quite shot some of these soft runners, so this is where Wolby can really actually start pouncing and overtaking these guys.
Warbeek right at the moment in the middle of two McLarens between Lost Souls and Helios Raptis. And Warbeek is making those medium tyres coming into his own now. And there goes Raptis into the pits, and so does Clarkey. Them first two soft runners are in the pits now as Warbeek gets closer and closer to the Lost Souls, gets down towards the inside, and this will be easy pickings for the Alfa Romeo, and he'll go into third. That's a good move there from Warbeek there, doing a very good job getting past Lost Souls. The Lost Souls will have to try and think of a counter-attack, which he will not do because his soft tyres are pretty much shot, and now Warbeek can now start chasing down the top two.
So coming out of the pits, we've got Clarkey's gone onto the mediums. Looks like he's going for the two-stop, but Hilas Raptis is on the hard, so maybe the one-stop is a possibility here for Raptis.
Jensen looking on the back of Chris. This is Jensen versus Chris, the GP1 world champion. Under pressure from the Racing Point. Even though both cars do look pretty much similar. It's B-class Mercedes versus A-class Mercedes, no pun intended. Conrad has caught the back of Lost Souls now. 4th and 5th. And I believe
He's diving in the pits.
Leclerc is in, so F1 Dobby will now take the lead, but for how much longer? Because now Warbeek is starting to be on the front foot of him, and it's Warbeek.
Hard tyres for Leclerc.
Hard tyres. So he's going for that one stop as well. Can now, those hard tyres go further than that?
Possibly. I mean, yesterday in my race, I went on them on lap 6 and I made it to the end. So lap 8 is actually means that his tyres won't be as warm at the end. But we interesting here, Dobby will not know, unless he checks race direct, which I doubt he will, that Leclerc is on the hards. So we could have a very mixed strategy going on here.
True point, as Warbeek is giving Dobby all sorts of bother, trying to get past them. Those hard soft tyres are pretty much done for now. You can tell the difference between the medium and the soft tyre now through this track. The medium tyre is the race tyre. Oh, and Dobby's trying all his best. You can tell his car is screaming for pain on those hard tyres. They want to be changed. They want to be taken off that Williams. They don't want it anymore. As Warbeek tried to get past Dobby, but Dobby will sure dive into the pits anytime soon. And he will. Dobby is coming in. So Warbeek will take the lead of the Grand Prix. With Conrad just behind. Let's have a look at Jensen and Chris. And Melamus watching on closely further on in the Ferrari.
Dobby's in. Dobby's gone for the hards as well, so one stop for Dobby.
So where is Dobby? He's coming out.
He's held up in the pits. Why is he not being released?
He's coming out now.
Game.
Yeah. Dobby is behind Leclerc, so Leclerc has covered him off. So Leclerc is staying in front of Dobby, but he's ahead of the two McLarens. Very good word there for Dobby.
It'd be interesting to see here how far Jensen and Axel BGN can take their hard tyres they started on. And will they dive in for the softs at the end?
I think a hard to medium strategy is going to work in my view.
I think it will. I think going for the softs is too risky.
Because you think about it, the medium tyre is the racing tyre. So with that on, and I proved this one on GP3, that they can go such a good distance and you can get good pace on them. So the medium tyre will be the beneficiary tyre in any way, shape or form. As Jensen's proving that right now on those hard tyres, actually doing a very good job keeping up with Chris. A world champion back in sort of form now, but he's 4.5 seconds behind Conrad. Don't see any close fights going on, so this is our closest fight is with these four. But then again, this is the nature of the circuit. Actually, we've got a little bit of a squabble going on between Fruitful and Joey, yeah.
Fruitful really needs to kind of redeem himself after his start in qualifying if he is going to put a fight up to Dobby in the championship.
Would you say that Spain is like a fast version of chess, like Monaco? Because it's a very hard place to overtake here.
It is. It's one of those tracks where you really have to size up your move. Lap after lap, you have to get a couple of tenths closer. But if you're too far behind, it's one of those tracks you actually can't go for the dive bomb. Because you'll be the one out on the who will come out of it in a worse position. So you really have to size up your move. And the DRS zone that they're currently in here with Fruitful and Joey isn't that long. It's a bit like Bahrain in a way, where their other DRS straight that they have at Bahrain is very short and you can't really do much. So it's about sizing your move up and just almost waiting for a mistake.
But another thing as well, that the other driver can drain off their ERS and you can be saving yours. And the power of the ERS as well would be a beneficiary amount as well.
Exactly. So it's whatever drivers can really manage their ERS for the rest of the race. Because later on in the race, if you can be that driver on 40, 50% ERS when everyone else is on 10%.
Side by side between Fruitful and Joey. And Fruitful gets past Joey.
Pretty easy move.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with the ERS power around here. Because you can tell Fruitful's been saving his tyres, and looks like Leclerc and Clark going side by side through turn 1, and Leclerc gets past Clarky, so a bit of squabbling going on down in the midfield there. Clarky looks like he's going to fight back though. He's using his ERS to good effect. Now it goes down towards the outside. No, he's going to stay behind Leclerc. He's going to give that little space to a man, but Clarky's still giving him a bit of a go, and Clark will have to stay behind him.
Lockout from Leclerc. Will that affect him?
Nah, I think he's got the place covered. So he's got to get... Now Clark is going for a challenge with F1 Dobby behind him. And you know what F1 Dobby's like. He wants to keep up with Leclerc. As Dobby now pursuing his pursuit on Clarky. 4/10 of a second between the two.
This could really actually help out Leclerc. If Clarky makes it difficult for Dobby to get past, Leclerc could actually just pull away here.
Clarky's on 3-lap old mediums as well, so they're not particularly old, aren't they?
They're not. They're fresh. They're pretty much fresh mediums, so he have better tyres than Dobby will. So I don't think it'll be that easy for Dobby to get past. We'll see if he makes a move here on the pit straight.
It's Nazareth is out on the exit of turn 9. Nazareth is out, and we got a virtual safety car. So Dobby will not get past Clarky. He was sizing up for a move.
A full safety car.
He was sizing it up, wasn't he?
He was. As we said before in qualifying, that corner is a very difficult corner. If you try and keep it full out or flat out, especially with this much fuel these guys have in their cars right now, putting it into the wall is such a risk. And Nazareth I think he's just made a mistake or went for a move, but I'm personally quite surprised that's not a full course safety car. Right on the exit of the corner, but it's what it is. But it has meant that Dobby is not past Clarky.
Yeah, that was that. You could tell that Dobby was sizing up to take down Clarky, but Clarky must be very blessed that the virtuals come out. Green flags once more, no drive-throughs. But look at that, Clarky's got a superb exit. He caught Leclerc napping. He caught Leclerc napping. Fell asleep and Clark gets past him.
That's a great move, but that puts Leclerc and Dobby.
Oh, Clark gets it all wrong.
Mistake. He's gone wide. Can he hold it around the outside?
Very close, side by side towards turn 30. Oh, it's contact! Contact between the two. Oh, Leclerc was doing so well.
Stewards? I mean, they were side by side. I would declare that a racing incident, but that was brave of them to keep it around the outside through that section.
And now give the two McLarens a little bit of a hungriness as well. Helios Raptors and Lost Souls are looking the two McLaren boys are looking very tasty.
Leclerc's not going to be happy with that, and the issue is, because he's on the same strategy as Dobby, if he wants to put up a fight, he's now got to catch that pace back up again.
Yeah.
So he's nearly 5 seconds behind Dobby now, so he's really got to put in some decent laps to catch back up.
Indeed so.
One thing that will be a factor here during this race, you can see on the timing screens, is penalties. Some of these drivers already, this track is very harsh for track limits, so if you can be that
Axel
driver
BGN has proved it. Look how much. Look at Axel BGN's penalties. 11 seconds already on lap 13. Wow. Axel BGN having a bad time through Spain due to penalties. And speaking of the Axel BGN, he's closing in. Well, he's getting attacked by Fruitful right now. Fruitful doing what he's trying to do to get past it, but looks like Axel BGN's holding on. Same lap old tyres, don't forget.
One thing that I think could be a big factor is I think Fruitful could be on for a good result. He will be going on to the fresh mediums, I would suggest. Can he possibly catch back up to Dobby?
I think so, because now Dobby is getting held up by Clark here, and the two McLarens are pretty much sniffing around at the moment. When are those two McLarens going to strike, I wonder? Because they're probably talking to each other right now, with Dobby in front of them, and they're thinking about some type of way to get past him.
I don't think Clark is not going to make it easy for Dobby to get past. So the two McLarens could just use each other here to catch up to Dobby and make it difficult. Where Fruitful hasn't got anyone behind him who can actually really push. He's got the Ferrari behind him of 1.5 seconds back, but he's got the DRS and Axel BGN. So can we possibly see Fruitful actually change this race around?
And it's also beneficial as well that you have your teammate with you as well, because now you can actually size figure as the leader pits and Conrad pits and Chris and Samad. So the medium runners are in, so that means Jensen, who started on those hard tyres, as also BGN Fruitful as well. So they have, and look at this, the two McLarens, I think they're going to be thinking about striking now. Who's that coming out of the pits? Is that Wallbig? It is. Wallbig is in front of the two McLarens.
He's right behind Dobby as well. He's literally right up Dobby's tail. He's got 50% of overtake. Dobby's got less overtake than what Wallbig has.
The two McLarens will not be happy about that, as Lost Souls gets a little bit shaky. Look at this fight. Look at this train of cars behind Clarkey. Right now, Clarkey's only on 7 lap old mediums, but when are they going to burn out, I wonder? That's the question to be asked. And look at the hard timers. They're paying better for the amount of this. Wallbig's on 5 lap old, well, pretty much right off the boot sail that they have over Dobby. Dobby goes wide for turn 10. That gives Wallbig a bit of a sniff, I wonder, to get past our World Championship leader in F1 Dobby. He's really under pressure right now. And look at IFR Fruitful on the back of Axel BGN down the main straight, side by side between the two. Look at the power of that Mercedes, I wonder, as Fruitful sticks behind him. That Mercedes has got... Oh, and they make contact!
He's spun round! And damage as well! Damage to both of their front wings.
Oh, that happened when Axel BGN got all out of shake through turn 2. You can't really ride that. No. You can't really ride that red and white curb. Otherwise, it's going to spin you.
Oh, that's really. I thought Fruitful was going to be on for a possible challenge here. He's got a half in front of him. He's going to need to pit. I mean, it couldn't have been almost better timing for that to happen to Fruitful. He can now chuck on the mediums and go to the end. So he's still in this fight.
Look at the train of cars.
Out with our leader of Jensen.
Jensen is just being comfortable at the front at the moment. And there's Fruitful just right there. And look at the McLarens just sniffing. That's Raptors sniffing all around Wallbig's Alpha. This is not helping Wallbig's strategy out. It's been stuck behind Dobby and Clark, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's really messing up Dobby's race because Clarky, as we said, on those mediums, they're just as fast as the hards at this point in the race. And Dobby just lap after lap just cannot seem to get past. As Clarky, though, looking at his ERS, he's only got 5% left, whereas Dobby's got 40, so he's really trying to keep...
Axel BGN has retired in the pits.
I think that may go down to Stewart's. I don't think Axel BGN will be too happy with what happened there.
We've also got SNRS James retired from the session as well. So that's him out of the Grand Prix for the week. Until we go to Monte Carlo. Wallbig now showing if he can take down F1 Dobby. Looks like Clarkie's still got pace on those mediums, so he's doing a very good job at the moment.
As well.
The two McLarens have got penalties. What? Oh, what's that out?
What's happened?
Is that Lazard? Lazard is out. Turn 9. That's Lazard's car. Oh dear.
Is this full course safety car? Or is this
I
virtual?
don't see a safety car. No, there isn't a safety car.
I'm very considering where that was. Again, full course safety car not coming into play, so this does help the leaders out. You can gain a little bit of time under virtual if you play it careful, but obviously you don't want to give yourself a drive-through penalty. But wow, that's 2 crashes we've seen at that one corner this race already.
Indeed so. So our running order so far is Jensen leading by a good 14 seconds ahead of Clark with F1 Dobby in 3rd. Warbeek 4th. Then the 2 McLarens of Raptis have lost souls in 5th and 6th. As we go green once more.
Going for it around the outside of turn 2. Can he make it stick?
He's caught Dobby napping.
He's got the line. He's got the line. He's going to force him out. I think Dobby's going to have to lift off from this battle. He is. Warbeek's got the move done.
He caught him napping, didn't he? He fell asleep as F1 Dobby.
He did. One person gave this Clarky. Clarky had it on the last safety car restart as well. And also, where this helped Clarky out a lot, he was able to... He was on, like, no ERS. And that virtual's really helped him save up. So he has now something to defend with. As this race from Dobby is not as easy as we thought it would be.
F1 Dobby has to fight for it today. He's not having a comfortable day up front of the 2 McLarens. They're still sniffing around. Look at the Red Bull of Leclerc looking around Lost Souls as McLaren doing what he needs to try.
Ferrari that spun round.
That is Manama.
Got no front wing either.
We're going to look at the battle out front with this, was it 7 car, 6-car battle?
It's huge. Absolutely huge, this.
This is
GP1.
GP1.
Put his overtake on a little bit. But look at Warbeek's got 50% ERS, so can he go attacking Clarky? Clarky
nah, he's not overtaking him. He's not taking. He's waiting for it. He's waiting for it.
Next lap could be it because the amount of errs that Clarky has is really not a lot. Dobby seems to back off a little bit. I wonder if Dobby's struggling on his tyres, as Warbeek's tyres are 6 laps newer than Dobby's.
Indeed,
and
so
Warbeek will be going to the end. So
Manama has crashed. Where's Manama been crashed out? He's crashed out in the final corner. Manama's crashed out on the final corner. This is another VSC.
3rd VSC already of this Grand Prix.
Now, is anyone else going to call everyone napping?
This is battle between Clarky and Warbeek. We've got to watch out for. Clarky's been so good on these restarts so far. And don't get drive-through penalties, lads. That's one thing to be careful of.
Indeed so.
That can really change your race around.
Indeed so. Not in this race, no. So waiting for the VSC to go out. Keeping it on the Delta. Look at Jensen's lead. Look at Jensen's lead.
These VSCs are helping Jensen out so much.
And Jensen's
in.
in.
He can preserve his tyres. He's in for the pits. That couldn't be more perfect.
No, it's gone green. It's gone green.
It's gone green, but where will Jensen come out to everybody else? Clarky's gone for it. Again, another good safety car restart from Clarky. What a restart
Clarky will take the lead of the Grand Prix. Jensen's gone mediums wisely, so he'll be a massive factor. But now he has got to overtake all that train of cars that is right now in front of him.
He does indeed, but it's very possible because fresh mediums are so much quicker than the hards. I had it yesterday in GP2. I was one of the drivers on the hards, and Mackett was down in P7 after he made his stop and ended up winning the race. So we do have to watch out for Jensen here. I think he will be a big factor, and he has so much. He's got like 80% ERS, and all the drivers around him are quite low. So,
but at that moment, you've got to think about the factor of clean air right now that Jensen has. But catching him is one thing. But catching him is one thing. But overtaking is another around the circuit. Especially
with these guys. We've seen from Clarky just refusing to let these guys pass. Then we get Clarky does not have to stop again. If he doesn't want to. He probably will.
Because those 12
laps old. Those mediums will end up being absolutely shot by the end of this. So Clarky will be coming into the pit at some point. And we talk about it, Clarky is in for his stop. So
Clarky is in to be listening. He's in the pits now. So let's have a look at any other fight. Dobby goes back into second. Dobby will go to the end. Warby will go to the end. Pretty much all these guys will go to the end. So will Jensen. Jensen's 2.4 seconds behind Conrad.
Jensen's really pushing now. He's only using about 10% of ERS up each lap, so it looks like he's going to be saving it for these overtakes. Which
Might as
looking
well.
at the drivers around him, they're all on like 50%, so he's got almost double the ERS that they have.
And you can see Jensen's just there, just come towards turn 5, so he's really gaining on this lot, because don't forget, this lot are fighting for position, while Jensen's just cruising towards the back of this slot. He'll be a part of it, but let's see if he can overtake them when he catches them. Right now, the top 5 are separated by about a second, and then there's Jensen
Really
catching up to them. This is what GP1 is all about. These trains of cars fighting for position. If you think this is going to be a trophy, think about Monaco next week when we go there. At night as well. Think of the spectacular scenes that we're going to have in Monte Carlo. It's going to be unbelievable.
I mean, if this is anything, Monaco's going to be, as you said, something else.
And as you can see, Conrad is getting very close to Lost Souls' McLaren. About 4 tenths behind now. Lost Souls is under pressure. But I think Conrad is playing it safe. He's going to stay behind the McLaren once more.
One thing we have to be aware of here, Jensen, he's most likely going to go for the win, but the cars in front of him have all got time penalties, so...
Apart from Dobby and Warby, that's the factor.
Yeah, that's the key. So Dobby and Warby, I don't know how many warnings these guys have got each. I'm actually going to have a quick look now if they've got any warnings whatsoever.
So, fine
right, so
looking at.
Warby's got 2.
Alright.
And Dobby's got none. So if Warby gets one more warning, he will pick up a time penalty.
So Dobby all needs to do, keep it clean, and he'll be...
Clarkie's got another 3-second time penalty.
Unlucky to him. So right now, Conrad looking at the back of Lost Souls, but Lost Souls keeping it clean out there at the moment. The top 5 are keeping it clean, but Jensen is sneaky now.
1.5. He's gaining about 5 tenths per lap, roughly. Still with 70% ERS, so...
We do not name how much ERS, by the way, Morris. Otherwise, the drivers will be listening. We do not name that. We do not name that ERS. Otherwise, the drivers could be watching and be thinking, "Oh, he's got that much ERS left. Let me just save mine for a bit." So Jensen is closing in now. 1.1 now behind the 2.
Almost in DRS range.
And looks like Dobby is starting to get a move on with Warby, but the factor is that Warby and also Conrad is on the pressure of hard by a few
almost
laps.
Half stint newer. So towards the end of this race, we will see most likely Dobby start to really struggle on these tyres. So if he has to get the move done, he's got to get it done now.
And look how close this is. 10 laps to go. We're in the final stages now. This is where the GP1 drivers will now start to know to push now, because they know that there's a very good chance if any of these drivers can be getting victory. Warwick flies through turn 9. Look at all these string of cars fly through there as they come towards turn 10. This is anyone's race.
Very close to Dobby now as well. So could we possibly see the McLarens, as we've said previously in this race? Could we see the McLarens actually get in Dobby and Warwick's way?
But mind you, it's so beneficial to have your teammate there, because if you think they'll be communicating and they'll be working out a way to get past these guys. Oh, Clarkie's out!
Clarkie spun it.
Clarkie is out!
In the wall, that's the 3rd driver on that straight.
Oh my word. No safety car again. It's going to be a VSC.
Again, safety car restart. Who can absolutely nail it? That's the question.
Well, it's not going to be Clark. He usually nails them.
No, he does. So it's Warwick and Dobby. Whoever nails it can really gain here. Dobby's lost a lot of time in this safety car. He was half a second behind. He's now a second behind. So
this is going to really help Jensen, though. Look at that. Look how close Jensen is.
Jensen only half a tenth down. He's in position now. Next few laps, you can really see
we're going green once more, but this is going to help Jensen a lot, because look how many laps on he's on those mediums. He's on the back of Conrad. Conrad is going to be in all sorts of bother. Oh, Warby's got his penalty! Warby's got his penalty!
3 seconds, there we go.
Dobby can win this! Dobby can win this!
He does not have to overtake. So if I was Dobby here on these oldest hards, I would not go for the move. Personally. But
it's Dobby.
Champions, will they go for the move? He'd want to win it on track, you'd think.
Oh, Raptors with a power slide out of the chicane. A bit of a classy move there from Raptors and the McLaren. But look at the cars now. It's now a 6-car fight now for podiums. It's anyone's race. That's actually speaking of which,
who could win this? Jensen and Dobby,
we can't call who's going to win this.
Penalties.
The only one that could win this is Dobby. That's the only person who can do. Right, there's the penalties for you. Raptis has got 6 seconds. That's the question mark. Lost Souls has got 3. Conrad's got 3. That's the question. Who is going to get the second and third? Right now, Dobby can win this. Hands down. He can win this. But the question is, will he do it by penalties, or is he going to attack him and literally go for the win for himself? That's the question. But the question is can Jensen get past this lot? Because right now he has caught them. But there you go. The dirty air's now starting to come to effect now with those front tyres now.
Yeah, and he's got to get the move done soon, because give it another 3 or 4 laps and these mediums will start going off. But all these guys are running on such old hards, but the dirty air, it's just one, it's difficult to overtake around here, but the dirty air reason have a look at this train.
Oh, kind of Johnson goes too deep.
Jensen way too deep. He's lost so much time now. He's nearly 0.8 of a second back. As we see, Dobby's got. Is he going to size up the move? He's looking for. He's guessing all in Wallbig's mirrors here.
I think Dobby is going for it. I think Dobby wants to go for it on track, not by penalties. He says, "I'm going to win it. I'm going to win it my way."
But it will be interesting. The McLarens are the Raptis. There's only 4 tenths behind Dobby, so the only way I can see this going wrong for Dobby is if these McLarens really interfere with this.
Indeed. So 4 tenths between the two leaders.
As Jensen needs to start getting these moves done as well.
Yeah, Jensen needs to get.
If he wants to do anything, he has to.
He's got to get past Conrad. But then again, another factor about this track is the DRS train that they're in right now. Joey and Chris are in a bit of a squabble side by side between the two as they go towards turn 10. Joey gets the move done into P7, so Joey will go into 7th place. As MSA Saman is behind this slot. It's a nice sight to see. Red Bull, Merc and Ferrari, 3 top teams within each other.
Great exit from Dobby.
Let's go back to the leaders.
Wallbig's.
Look at Lost Souls. He's getting really close to his teammate. And look at Jensen.
See some moves here.
Jensen having a look as well. There's no moves yet.
Question is, what do these McLaren drivers do? They could fight for it and really go against each other here, but they as they've been doing all race, they can help each other out.
I mean, it's for you as well, Morris. It's so vital to have your teammates, isn't it, in this sort of fight, because then you can plan something up.
It's so vital because these guys, they're basically giving each other, you know, a drag. They're giving each other a tow, and just getting the move done. You know, if Raptis makes a mistake and gets in Dobby's mirrors, Lost Souls is right behind for it. And if Dobby makes a mistake, 2 McLarens could go in front. So having your teammate, especially talking to each other and letting each other know what they're doing, is absolutely vital. But it's interesting that Wallbig is not opening up this gap. On 6 laps fresh and hard, I would have thought this gap would have been opening up by now, but it proves how quick Dobby and the rest of these guys are.
We're going towards lap 28 out of 33. It's still very close between the top 6. Let's have a look at the gap. Raptis is in! He's had enough!
Is he sauce for the ends?
It's got to be sauce.
Only reason why he would pit now.
And look at this, Conrad on the back of Lost Souls. This is for the battle for third. Can Conrad get past him? Side by side.
Going for it.
Oh, Lost Souls late on the brakes.
Clean racing. But he's got the tighter line possibly. Oh, he goes a little bit wide.
Good drive from Lost Souls though. Really good line from him.
One person we could see benefit from this is Jensen possibly while these guys are battling.
This is one incredible race so far.
Yeah, Raptis has gone on to the fresh set of softs.
I just got a funny comment actually from Jay Place. He says hashtag put Morris pace is GP1. he said put your GP1 mate.
Absolutely not. Looking at this racing, well, it'd be great fun to be fair. looking at how tight this grid is today, it's just what for the last 20 laps did you say?
Yeah.
This top 5 have been within like a second of each other. But I'm still surprised to see that Jensen hasn't actually been able to make a move yet. This dirty air is really catching him out.
It's not really giving any beneficial, as Conrad's still stuck behind the McLaren of Lost Souls. Lost Souls could just chill there in third place, not be bothered by the Haas car. Well, he actually going to get a little bit bothered. Oh, Conrad gets a little bit tail happy out the exit. He goes a little bit wider than Lost Souls. Lost Souls took a very tight line there and try and create himself a bit of a gap, but Conrad's still there. About 4 laps to go now before the end of the race. It's the second between... Yeah, you can tell Dobby is playing it safe at the moment with Rawby because he's going to let the penalty do the work instead of him.
Yep, Conrad's got another 3-second time penalty.
So that's going to help Jensen in the slightest.
6 seconds, so yep, Jensen's effectively P4 now.
Lost Souls still on his 3-second penalty, so he could just chill where he is right now. But mind you, he doesn't want to let Conrad. Look at Jensen. He's now getting a little bit impatient as Jensen. Now he's thinking to himself now that he's on 8 lap on mediums. He's now thinking to himself, I think he wants to get past Conrad.
He's got to get the move done before these mediums start to wear as well. We got a yellow flag.
That's the team retiring the pits.
Retiring in the pits, yep. Thought I was on the pit straight then for a second. A bit concerned.
And there we go. Now the attack now. Conrad now finally goes for it. Oh, he stopped. He slowed down. Why? Why did Conrad slow down? Oh, Jensen's going for it. On the inside of Lost Souls. That was a bit weird there from Conrad there.
What happened?
Conrad just slowed down. He just put on the brakes.
Oh, he's going down the inside. He's messed up.
A bit weird there from Conrad.
Rear tire, yeah. He got past and then Conrad just then hit the front of Lost Souls' tyre. He's got no grip left in these tyres.
Oh!
So Jensen, 2.3 seconds. As I said at the start of the race, can he catch Dobby?
Now the thing is as well, he's in within striking distance of Rawby because he's got that 3-second penalty. So Jensen could affect him to get P2 here.
This is it. It's Jensen versus Dobby.
If Jensen get close to him within those 3 laps, it's still possible, but it's going to be tight.
He's got to start making the move though, isn't he? Because Dobby's been very, very consistent so far. I haven't really seen any mistakes from Dobby.
No, not at all.
Rawby is starting to increase that gap a little bit. It's 1.5 now to Dobby, so I think Dobby's managing that gap. I doubt Dobby's actually made any mistakes, and he's managing that gap. But Jensen's closed in. He's closed in, what, 4/10 in that final sector. 2 laps to go. He needs to catch by about a half a second on each lap here to make a move on Dobby.
So Smoke FX just put in a comment the reason why I think Conrad stopped, didn't want to overtake Lost Souls because of the yellow flag, because of the Dean retiring. Is that what been the problem?
I think so. I mean, he didn't want to get a penalty, did he? Because he's already got 2 penalties, so maybe he went for the overtake and forgot about the yellow flags, but he slowed down a lot, so maybe just reaction.
1.2 now. Jensen is flying. Jensen is for it. He is gunning for it. He doesn't care. He was. Look, there he is. Look, he's really getting.
Will he get
no way
range on this lap?
Mate, I feel we're going to see fireworks. I can see fireworks right now.
Because Dobby's tyres are 21 laps old compared to Jensen's 10 lap old mediums.
Let's have a look at
Raptors
on down the inside of through full. Oh, through full. Yeah, Jensen's in with DRS range. Is he on the DRS, I wonder? No, not yet.
Just outside of DRS range, but he is now. He's only 7/10 down. This is it. This is the battle for the lead. 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go. Battle for the lead.
But to be fair, what we've got to be careful of.
2.7.
Big. That's 2.7 seconds, so we could be saying battle for the lead, but whilst these guys are fighting, Rawbig can actually... He can win this.
Oh, mate, this is going to get so intense. Really, really... Oh, Raptors is out.
Going for the lead.
Raptors is out of the Grand Prix. 1 McLaren down. We've got 1 McLaren to go, but this is the 3 seconds between there. Rawbig has gone for...
Dobby's actually got to start pushing now. Otherwise, he can actually lose this race.
Dobby is in problems because one, he's not going to try not to win this race, and two, he's got a very fast racing point right behind Des Warbeek going down that straight. He's probably thinking to himself, I got 3 seconds now, but he's got to push more. This is
He does.
but we come towards the last lap. 1 lap to go.
Jensen, if Jensen gets past Dobby, he has to get in 3 seconds as well. Will we see anything interesting? He's right behind him. Surely we're going to see him move into turn 1. Surely.
3.2. This is it. Last lap. This is what it's all about.
From Dobby.
This has been a terrific Spanish Grand Prix, and this is the fireworks land now. With 3.2 between the two cars. Jensen now within DRS range. Can he get close enough? Chris is out of the Grand Prix. And the last corner, the world champions' miserable start of the season continues. But this is the fight for the P2 position. It's between Jensen and Dobby. Between the two and the 2/10 of a second. Now can Dobby have a look down the outside? Can he go for a big lunge? No. And he has to stay behind him. Warbeek's 3.3 now. He's in above the penalty zone. Ahead of Dobby. Dobby will probably not going to get the win today. Jensen is all over that Williams. He wants that P2. He wants it badly. And
are we going to see a dive bomb? Or will we see it from Jensen?
It's turn 10 or nothing.
He's gaining the grip he's got on these tyres.
Oh, he gets on out of shape. Tooton's going to go for a lunge. No, he's playing it safe. I think that is pretty much it. But we're going to have a look at Warbeek. Warbeek's played a sensible race today. Yes, he's got a penalty. He doesn't care. He doesn't mind because the Dutchman is going to win.
Got to keep this clean to maintain that 3 seconds. He's done it.
And Warbeek is going to win the Spanish Grand Prix in fair and square. Dobby wins. Well, not Dobby. Warbeek wins by 4/10 of a second. Jensen finished third. Lost Souls just took Conrad. Lost Souls has just been Conrad. As Samad gets 6th, Joey 7th, Fruitful gets 8th, Leclerc gets 9th, Sanjovic gets the last points position. What a race.
Absolutely incredible that. There was 3 drivers, at one point possibly 4 drivers for that lead. But Jensen and Dobby, because of their battling, just allowed Warbeek to, within 3 laps, really increase that lead.
Wow. Unbelievable.
That was one heck of a race from these GP1 guys.
I want to commentate with you now, Morris. It's been a pleasure commentating with you.
Been an absolute pleasure.
Get us back in for Monaco next week.
Monaco in the dark. That's gonna be one heck of a race. If we thought this was exciting, Monaco is gonna be something else.
Warbeek celebrates Fruitful Driver of the Day. I really don't know who. Usually with me, I don't care who my driver of the day is. I think everyone in that track is brilliant.
I can't really call it. I mean, Warbeek did well to increase his gap at the end. Jensen did well for his comeback drive.
Dobby for his consistency.
Yeah, I don't think I'll give it. In the comments section, guys, who would you say was your driver of the day?
Jay Play says, great race, guys. Love the comms, he says. Thank you, man. Really do appreciate your compliments. So, let's go down the running order of that really thrilling Spanish Grand Prix. What a day to end on SFR race week. Warbeek by literally he had that 3-second penalty and still wins the race. Unbelievable. F1 Dobby finished 2nd, Jensen 3rd, Lost Souls 4th, his best result of the season. Conrad 5th, Samad 6th, Fruitful 7th, and that means Dobby will increase his lead in the championship. That'll be a little bit of a factor. Leclerc will be finishes 8th, that's Sanchez's 9th. Joey in 10th, that's the top 10 for the standings. Beastas will finish home 11th. Chris classified as 11th. Raptors 13th. Then you retired runners are the Dean, Clarkey, Melema, Axel, BGN, Lazard, SNRS James, and it's Nazareth. What a friendly Spanish Grand Prix. Now, time for the very fun part is trying to get these people in for an interview, which would be the best part of it all because I hate adding people. I had to add names, which would be fantastic. Right, okay, let's get these people in. Right, oh. Guess that one. Okay, that's Jensen. Now F1 Dobby. There we go. I've had them in. There we go. It's down to them lot if he wants to come. I've had them in. It's down to them if they want to come in for an interview or not. While we're waiting for those drivers to come in, we can go into the showrooms. I go onto the winning car, which is Warbeek. Jensen is here.
Evening, guys.
Evening, Jensen.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Just wait for these guys.
Yeah. You can take a breather now, Jensen.
Oh my god.
Indeed. Here's F1 Dobby. Mr. Consistent is always here. And if we do get Warby, that'd be great. If we don't, we can interview Dobby and Jensen. That would be a problem.
Nice.
Okay. Okay, we just got confirmation that will not be coming in. So we're gonna start with the Englishmen of the two Englishmen of SFR, which is Dobby and Jensen. I think it's actually fitting, Morris, that we speak to these two because they've been in one of the intense fight in that last lap that they had. So let's start with you, Dobby, because you finished second. That last few laps with Jensen, my word, those last few laps of that race. Please describe them.
Yeah, unfortunately I fell out of DRS of Woolbeek with like 5 or 6 laps to go. So he managed to get a 3-second gap on me. And then I saw Jensen on the mediums and I was thinking, oh dear, this could be an overtake. But fortunately I had loads of ERS left. So I just deployed all of that on the last lap. And there's only really one place to overtake, so yeah, it was good fun.
Describe the races. Describe your race from the start, because we didn't see the start because we both had app issues. So, what was the start like for you?
Oh, it's a shame. Oh, because there was I thought there was going to be a restart, because Warbeek and Joey were still spinning round, and I was just about to reach my phone to see the Discord, and then the 5 lights started coming out. So I had a really bad start and just managed to hold off people, but I think that bunched them up behind me. And I saw Warbeek up into P5 already on the mediums, and I thought, he's going to challenge well. So yeah, it was just tyre management really, going for the softs in qualifying. Probably not the best choice, but with a safety car, you never know what's going to happen. So I just thought I'll try and qualify top 10 and take it from there really.
Morris, any questions for Dobby?
Well, in terms of time management on the hards, was there anything you did particularly different to what you do on other tyre compounds, or how were you trying to preserve your tyres throughout that Grand Prix?
Well, you can just sort of, if you're going like full lock round the corners, then you can just sort of gently not go full lock a little bit without losing too much time. So you can do that and just not turning in as fast. But obviously it does cost you time, but it's better than pitting again.
It looked like that one-stop strategy really did work for you in the end.
Yeah, cheers. It was, glad it came off. I was speaking to someone before the race and they said soft hards was possible, so I was thinking, I'll try it out. It was a bit like China when everyone went on mediums and I just went on softs and still managed to get a good result there. So it was, I'm really pleased with today.
And you got Monaco coming out, the first ever Monaco night race we've got
Oh.
coming up. Well, how do you feel about that coming up?
Oh, Monaco is not one of my best tracks. It's not even because I'm a controller driver. I've got a wheel as well, and I'm not very good on the wheel round there. So, yeah, it's yeah, I'll be happy with any points there, to be honest.
And the night race coming up. What do you think about Monaco being at night?
Yeah, no, that's cool. That is cool. I like that. I don't know if it affects when it rains as well. I don't know if it affects that on the game, but it seems to rain quite a lot around Monaco.
If it does, that will be it for a show.
Yeah, it'll be a long race.
You don't say.
39 laps, and I think it'll be like a 1 minute 30. So that'll be long.
Let's go to the second place, man. Let's go to Jensen. You almost got second place, Jensen, but not as quite much yet. That was intense.
Oh, mate, it was very, very. Yeah, I don't know what to say really. I didn't expect to get a podium here. Even I was expecting just another decent points finish, but to get P3, really happy with that. And I've never tried the reverse before, going from the hards to the mediums around Spain, and I think definitely paid off.
And
But,
I was going to say, do you really thought you can get past Dobby in the final few laps, or was it too little, too late?
I was held behind Lost Souls and Conrad, which was a bit annoying, but they had the right position, so I just had to wait for an opportunity, which was a bit hard because they were still in the train. So, and when I saw the yellow flag, Conrad to back off, and I just saw the opening and I got past both of them into turn 1, but it was a little too late as my tyres probably died off. And the final few laps, I was really hoping I would get close enough to Dobby because I saw Wolby get a penalty. I knew I could possibly win the race, but yeah, in the end I didn't get by. So, I mean,
That's one thing that we were saying.
not too disappointed.
Well.
Not too disappointed.
Morris, any questions for Jensen?
Well, what made you choose your strategy? Because we saw it in qualifying. We thought starting on the hard compound, when you got to choose your tyres at the start of the race, was something we didn't actually see coming. But what made you choose that strategy?
I was looking in the race director, just looking about the bottom 10 to see what the guys were picking, because I was going for a medium start mainly if I did get a top 10, but I didn't in the end, and that was a consideration. And when I saw quite a few guys going on the hard, especially Axel was one main guy because he was very quick on a reverse strat. Have you seen him many tracks before? So yeah, I decided to try with that one, and yeah.
And doing Monaco at night, how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm ready to win this one. I've never felt quicker around Monaco than I am now. I'm not expecting less than a pole and a win, as long as I don't bottle it, you know.
And what do you make of the competition now then, here at GP1? Is it got a lot more tighter, more closer than you thought?
It is very close, yeah. It is crazy how consistent the pace is around GP1. Like, I'd say, you see my pace, I'd say I have a pretty decent pace, and you have everyone else is about literally the same or better. It's like, yeah.
Speaking of competition, Dobby, you noticed that that fruitful did finish lower than you. That means you've extended your points in the championship today, so you can't be a bit more happy with that, can't you?
Oh yeah, no, I saw Fruitful in 7th. That's good, but it's still a bit too early, and I got some bad tracks coming up. So Monaco, Azerbaijan, shocking tracks for me. Really bad. So I don't expect to be speaking to you after those races.
Never
You
doubt
never know,
yourself,
Roman.
man.
No, I just for some reason I turn up, especially Azerbaijan, and just have got no pace. I don't know what, like I can try and think that I've done a perfect lap, and then there's just nowhere near the pace. So yeah, I'll give it my best shot though.
So that'll be it for GP1 once more this week. Thank you to Morris for joining us. For joining me. A very good pleasure to have you in the con spots today, Morris. Did you enjoy yourself for your first GP1 race?
I don't think I could have chosen a more hectic race to start commentary on, to be fair.
Trust me, when it comes to GP1, mate, it's always hectic. So yeah, that'll be it for GP1 this week. Join us next week as we go under the lights in Monte Carlo. How special that's going to look like when we us as spectators watching as these poor GP1 drivers could be racing around possibly a possible wet Monaco. They probably say wet Monaco, possibly. So join us next week. Join us next week as we head to Monte Carlo. The jewel of the F1 calendar awaits us as we see you next Monday, 7:30 UK time for Speed Force Racing. It is a bye bye.